This is the only movement that I know, Muslim movement, which knows how to make Muslims part of the modern world. This movement is teaching its followers and all those with whom it comes in contact that modernity is not an enemy of Islam, but rather we can find connecting dots between Islam and modernity, and to implement assimilation which leads to integration. This is the only movement that I know, Muslim movement, which knows how to make Muslims part of the modern world. The only movement which has a vision how to be integrated in the wider society. Mr. Fethullah Gulen has rightfully identified one of the most important vehicle in reaching out to others through interfaith dialogue. That's the best way to show to non-Muslims who we are, what our beliefs are, and what our practices are. From what I know, this movement is not after converting others into Islam, but rather through interfaith activities, the movement is trying to come in contact with others, to learn about others, to try to help others, to make others being aware of the existence of Islam and Muslims in the given area, and also to engage them in some activities directed to help others is really something which I would like to emphasize as something very productive, very fruitful, and just fully justifiable step towards establishing Islam and Muslims in non-Muslim environment. Muslims cannot hope to be given mercy by Allah unless they are merciful to those who need our mercy, who need our help. So again, when I was in Istanbul, I was taken to the place which is known as Kimse Yok mu, I think. And I asked, what is the meaning of this? I was told that it means, is there anyone else who needs help to help him? which means that we have to struggle to reach the last one who may be in need. That no one is to be left without help. If we can provide, if we know for anyone who may be in need of our help, whether he is Muslim or non-Muslim, as long as he is human being, our duty as human beings is to help. That this is completely in line with the spirit of Islam and with the spirit of the teachings of Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. But Mr. Fethullah Gulen and his movement is reminding us of what is real spirit of Islam. To the accusation of Gulen's movement, of Hizmet, I have one ayat to quote, one verse from the Holy Quran to quote. Astaizu billah, Inna Allaha yudafi'u anil ladina amanu. Allah is defending and protecting those who believe. He is protecting believers. Of course, any human being who doesn't have enemies may be useless. Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam was the perfect human being, but he had enemies. So it is a very normal anticipation, something we anticipated, that the movement such as Hizmet, which has been producing huge global results, would have some enemies, would produce hatred through jealousy. Of course, some people and some other movements are jealous of the planetary results of this movement, and now they are, with the help of Satan, trying to stop the good work of this movement. But Allah is, of course, aware of this, and Allah will be on the side of the believers. This is temporary, like it was temporary in the life of Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, despite of some hatred, enmity that were directed against the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. His movement, his mission succeeded. In the same way, this movement will succeed, and it is strong enough to overcome any of these allegations and attempts to denigrate light. Light cannot be put off. The light which has strong foundation cannot be turned off. Hoja Effendi is not afraid to say the truth for the good of the person who does something wrong. He is not afraid to tell anyone what is wrong is wrong. In every government, there are some bureaucracy which is negative. There is some corruption, and he wouldn't be right. His character wouldn't be complete if he wouldn't raise the voice against what he perceives as corruption. So we are behind Mr. Fethullah Gulen because he knows what is good for us in the long run. He is not subject to everyday judgment of politicians or those who elect politicians. He is not politician. He is scholar. He is humanist. He is visionary. He has been doing this since 1967, I believe. And he cannot be, no one can compare himself with Fethullah Gulen. A politician who is subject to election cannot be compared with someone who dedicated his life to the betterment of the society. Turkish society and the global society. So the prayers of the believers are with Fethullah Gulen and with his movement, and I'm sure that he will prevail. And this is just temporary test which is going to be passed by Fethullah Gulen, inshallah.